Morning viewers, welcome to my channel Knowledge Through Learning. Today we are going to learn about the presentation skills which is very much required in this competitive world. Everyone is going to prove himself the best among the colleagues, among the society, among the other people who are working with them. So today we are going to concentrate on presentation skills required in the present situation or the competitive world. So this training which I am going to provide you will be available in 4 languages. Presently I am recording it in English, but this will also be available in Hindi, in Marathi and in Kannada also. The hour of duration will be 1 hour. Trying to cover up within hour, but if it is not possible, maybe it will cover in 1 hour also. So let us know the faculty details. Myself, my name is Kshir Sagar. My experience is around 35 years in conducting training activities only. Started my career in pumps and valves manufacturing for 3 years and worked in machine tool industry for 2 years and worked for 23 years automobile industry for a long term, which was the base for becoming a trainer. And after that 6 years in foundry, and after that 1 year in steel manufacturing. I was also guest faculty in colleges, small scale industries, DICs, CDOC, polytechnics and engineering colleges also. The purpose of this session is to provide training to employees or students on anybody who is interested to learn without any investment for small scale industries, medium scale industries and the remote location industries where they cannot provide the faculties, because providing the faculty at remote location will be very much difficult for them for travel and paying the fees for them. So instead of that, what they can do is they can buy a 55-inch or 43-inch Android television and connect with internet, and then just invite the participants in a hall and start the video, and if required mark the attendance for the documentation without any investment, so that you can also take the feedback and you can also cover this training topic in your quality management systems requirement for the ISO, for the TS, for the environmental system as well as for the safety purpose also. So this video is totally available free of cost for all the people who wanted to learn and upgrade their knowledge. So presentation skill mainly required about his attitude, or you can say he how he is going to present himself to the office, in the house, in the society, in the market, if he goes to the holy place, or he go for some rituals, or if he is traveling, or if he is going for a marriage, or he is going for a morning walk, or he is going to make an exercise. So the occasion totally depends upon where he is going. Second thing is the environment. The environment also depends upon his the attire, where he is going to wear, what he is going to wear, how he is going to wear in environmental, geographically environmental situation. In the winter, what he is going to wear, in the monsoon, what he is going to wear, in the summer, what he is going to wear, specifically in the salty weather conditions like Karwar, Mumbai, Goa, where there is a lot of sweat is going to come. In some of the places, the summer is sweaty, summer is dry. In some of the monsoon places, there is continuous raining. There will be little less raining, and in the winter there will be change in the weather condition depending upon the geography. So what is required is the dress code. What kind of a dress he is going to wear, whether depending upon what is the occasion he is going to attend, or whether he is going to get involved, and what is the time, But the time is also very much important, because along with the dress code, whether it is evening, whether it is morning, whether it is in the mid noon, where at what time he is going to attend and what is the geographical condition and where he is going, depending upon the dress code, is the most important part of the presentation of himself. And apart from all that, the attitude is the very much important thing which is required in every human being who is going to present himself in all these occasions. Is attitude. What is the attitude? Attitude is required is positive. Always he should be a learner. Whatever the things are there, he is supposed to learn. There is no end for learning at all. Till the death, there is no learning. There is no, learning never ends, in other words. So he keeps on learning, whether age is not a factor. Till the death, he every day he learns something new. And then he should be analytical, because the mind should do the analytical part of it. What is there, how it should go further, and what will be the results. So if he is able to do analytical thing in his mind, then he will be successful in his life. Then he should be a decisive mind. He should take the decisions, because in my life, in my experience, I have seen a lot of bosses who are not able to take the decision on right time. Because they were not able to take the decision at the right time, they were being sidetracked by the management. If you take the right decision at the right time, you will be successful in your life. Decision making is the most important thing, whether it is good, whether it is bad. At that time, whatever the decision you will take, that will be the best decision. But prolonging the decision or keeping the decision in gray scale is not good for the future. Then we talk about the written communication, how you are going to present yourself. First, we'll talk about the language. Language is the most beneficial part, where you are going to get benefit from the opposite, the customer whom you are going to lead with. The language will be the best benefit. If you are going to use the local language, yes, where it is required, there you are supposed to use a local language only. But if you are going to some place where the common language like English or Hindi is being used, you are supposed to be expert in these languages. Most of the common international language which is being used is English, and most of the people in industries, they lag in the language only, because they don't know the language. They are not able to give the output required, and they are not able to compete themselves in the competing world. So if there is a language problem, you are supposed to learn the language. Either it may be English or it may be Hindi. Whichever language is required, you are supposed to learn it. If you are well qualified, technically sound, you have all the skills required, but you are unable to present yourself because only of your language. So language makes a very big difference in your presentation skills. So your language should be either in a common language called in Marathi, or in Kannada, or in English, or in Hindi, depending upon the geographical requirement. If you are going to a government office, where the language you are supposed to use is the local language. If you are going to some office, if it is connected to your workplace, which kind of a language other person is understanding, that you are supposed to know. If the person is understanding Hindi, if you are going to talk in English, so that becomes a different picture. So you have to understand the person, what kind of a language he is going to understand. Second is the soft and hard copies of the forms and formats required to be submitted, or you are required to be followed. There may be soft copies. Nowadays, everywhere if you go, it is online soft copies only available, and there is a time limit to fill those soft copies also. So soft copies, or if you take a hard copy printout, you can take out the printout, then you can write down, you can just practice, you can after that you can fill the soft copies, and then you can submit. Then the third thing is correctness. Correctness is very much required. If there is a smallest mistake in your soft copies or hard copies or whatever the formats required, there is a possibility of your application or whatever you are going to submit, wherever you are going to be submitting, this may be getting rejected. So whatever the efforts you have taken regarding the submission, it will go into the waste. Maybe some spelling mistakes, or maybe in the name, or there may be some changes in your your Aadhaar card, or you may be in your driving license, or you may be in your PAN card, or you may be in your EPF. There the correctness is very much important. If there is no correctness, then there is a possibility of your application getting rejected. Then the data should be factual. It should not be taken by from the air. Whatever the correct data is there, if it is been produced, then it will be going to helpful to analyze that data and come to the conclusion. If there is no factual data, then you cannot come to a conclusion, but it will give way to some way other. And second thing, the day, date, and time is very much required. On which date the data is collected or the data is available, on which day and which date and at what time the data is been taken. So the data is been taken either in the formats, or maybe in dimensions, or maybe in terms of photographs, or maybe in terms of videos, or maybe in terms of diagrams, or it may be in terms of any kind of a data which is being taken. You may say in the machine data also. Nowadays new machines have come which are capturing the data while you are performing your process. Then whenever you are going to present anything, you need a backup information data. Without backup information, if you are going to present anything, the question will come where you have brought this data from. So you should prepare yourself with backup information, maybe in terms of data or photo or video, whatever it is, then you should have the data for producing it and preparing yourself, so that you should know what is required and what we are supposed to do and what we are expecting from the other person. If you are able to submit the backup data, then he will be able to give you the proper information or the proper, for the proper realization what is going to happen in the future. Then timely delivery. Whatever you are going to give, it should be timely delivery. If there is no timely delivery, if you go beyond or if you go early, it is of no use. So you have to plan. You have to plan your timely delivery of the written document or the soft copies or the hard copies or whatever you are going to submit. It should be within the required time of the delivery, because time is very much important. If you are going to submit the document maybe one day late, they may reject. If you are going to submit one day earlier, it is too early for them. So nowadays almost all the applications or whatever the data is going to be feed into the data bank by most of the organizations, they are making a time consciousness. So within this time you are supposed to enter the data, and after everything there is a requirement of a signature. All the above things which are there, without signature these documents are invalid, other than photo and video. Whatever the data you have taken, whatever the forms, formats you have filled, if there is no signature, if there is no date, if there is no time who is being prepared by, it is of no use. Any document which is not signed is not a valid document. So if you are going to sign it, so nowadays the date, the formats have come that you can even upload your digital signature also on that. So that is also okay, but there should be a signature which proves that yes, it is, this document is being created by me. And second thing is copies. So we don't have the habit of keeping the copies which you are submitting to anybody else. It may be application, it may be any form, formats, data, photos, videos, any kind of a data or anything which we are going to submit someone. We should always maintain a copy with us with the date and time which we have given to him. So that will become a proof at what time we have submitted these copies. If possible, we have to take the signature from the receiver that these copies have been received. Otherwise, we may have to take some printed copies or Xerox copies for our reference purpose. Now, talking about the communication, which we call it as a spoken. So we should be able to understand what we are going to talk with him or talk with the people or talk in the meeting or talk in the class. Whatever we are going to talk or deliver today, we should have the thorough knowledge of the subject matter. If we don't have the thorough knowledge of the subject matter, we will be stuck in between and our situation will become awkward. So before you try to communicate your thoughts or whatever the thoughts are there in the school books or in the management driven activities or any management driven policies, if you want to implement, then you should know the subject matter perfectly without any. You should understand that subject matter maybe once or twice. You may be expert, you may be doing that thing from lot of years, but still you can see lot of the. I can just give you an example of Aaj Tak. The Aaj Tak, he is going to conduct one mm, sorry for that, I am not remembering now, maybe I will tell later. So subject matter we should be able to understand first. Then whatever we are going to talk, it should be short and meaningful. We should not beat around the bush. Anything we wanted to say, we should say directly, and it should not hurt anybody, and it should be short and it should be meaningful. Again, here comes the backup information data. So backup information, if we don't have, again we will be stuck. Anybody who is going to questioning you, maybe before you are going to talk or after you are going to deliver, people or audience will come and ask you about the data available with you. If you are having a backup information, yes, you will be answering quite satisfactorily to those people. And the next thing is to whom you are going to addressing. Who is the crowd? Who is the audience? Who are the people? Whether it is a society, whether it is a classroom, whether it is a management meeting, whether it is a MRM, whether it is a production planning meeting, or whether it is a workman training, whether it is a staff training, whether it is a manager training, or where you are going to address them, what you are going to talk to them. First, you are supposed to understand whom you are addressing. That is the most important part, because the way you are going to address will change it each and every situation. If you are going to talk to managers, you have to talk differently. If you are going to talk workers, you have to talk differently. If you are conducting a MRM, yes, you are supposed to talk differently. If you are going to talk to the students, yes, you are supposed to follow the syllabus which is being given to you, and you are supposed to understand the audience, in other words. Then you are supposed to see the response when you are start talking. What is the response? You should judge the faces. You should judge the faces of the audience. On the faces of the audience only you will come to know that whether they are reciprocative or whether they are thinking something different or they are some playing with their mobiles. So you should be able to find the response in these people. So what you are supposed to do is you are supposed to involve them. If you are not going to involve them, they will just hear, and then at the end they will write some good remarks, because they are not concerned with. So they will write some goody things, and you will find that yes, my training has gone very well, or my meeting has gone very well. Everybody will nod the head and they will say yes. As they go out, everybody will talk in a different thing. So second thing is the language. Language should be more powerful. It should be more powerful when you are talking to a crowd. When you are talking to an individual, it depends upon how you are going to talk to him. And if you are going to address a crowd, maybe 10, maybe 100, maybe 1000. If you are going to talk to the 1000 people, it is called as a public speaking. If you are going to talk a small crowd of 10 people, it may be called as a meeting. If you are going to talk more than 20 to 30 people, it may be called as a training program, or you are addressing something which is required to be done. If you are doing this on a common language, you have to use a common language, because in most of the industries you can find from north to south and east to west people are being engaged. So there will be a lot of people from different languages come together and start working in any organization, or in government offices, or in private organizations. They may be in worker cadre, supervisor cadre, or manager cadre, but they will be coming from different states with different language backgrounds. So we have to find a common language which is going to address them, so that they will be easy to understand and then implement. And whatever you are going to tell them, or whatever you are going to communicate them, you should tell them how important that is for them. If that is not important for them, they don't bother, they just hear and they just go. So you should be able to put an impression that how important is for them, how it is going to change their life style, or how it is going to change their attitude, how it is going to change their working culture. So we are supposed to tell them how important what I am talking, what I am delivering now. So second thing is, next thing is communicate effectively. Whatever you are going to communicate, it should be more effective rather than beating around the bush again. As I said earlier, it should be effective. People should be able to gather it. When you are talking, if the people are moving somewhere, maybe for one or other reasons, you are not able to control them, or your communication is not effective, that people are not listening to you, that they are moving, maybe one or other reason they will tell and they move out and again they come back, so they don't concentrate. So it tells, if the people are moving from the place when you are communicating, you should understand that your communication is not effective. So next is end result effect. What is the end result? You are supposed to understand when you are talking, when you are concluding everything, you should see the end result of it, what they have learned, how they have learned, what they have learned. You should be able to get some answers from the participants, or the peoples, or from the students, or in the management committee meeting, or in the production meeting, or maybe any kind of a meeting. Whether the people have understood what you have said, you should be able to gather the information. That is what we called it the end result. Or you can say the commitment, what you have learned, how you are going to use it. It may not be possible in training programs. Yes, it may be possible in management committee meetings and production meetings and quality meetings and MRMs. It is possible to get the result out of it. But in a regular training, we should be able to measure the training effectiveness maybe after some time. So we should also be getting the feedback from the people who are listening to us. It may be a small crowd, it may be big crowd, it may be a medium crowd, or it may be a meeting, it may be a school, it may be a college, it may be a classroom, it may be anything. But we are supposed to get the feedback. Feedback, why it is required is how I have communicated. That is calibrating our communication skill. It is nothing but we have to calibrate our communication skill, that what people have understood. If there is some negative is there, you are supposed to use it for your improvement. If it is very good, yes. In addition, if there something is required, yes, you are supposed to add on that so that in improve in the next time what you are planning to conduct. Basically, presentation skill is divided into two. One is presentation, second one is quality. What is presentation? Presentation is a better quality of presenting, communication, behavior, display of information. Anything which you wanted to display or communicate, instead of becoming only a communication, we should be able to present it better and better and best, leading to the best, so that we can achieve whatever the end result is there, we are supposed to achieve that. For that, we need to present ourselves. To compete in this competitive world, you are supposed to prove the best among your colleagues, among the organizations, in the classroom, in the college, in the management committee meeting, in the production meeting, in everywhere. You are supposed to prove yourself best, so that your presentation skill depends upon that. What is the skill? Skill is ability to do something well. Whatever you are doing, you are supposed to do it better than what you are doing. So you have to think 10 times before you talk, before you write, before you do something. You have to think 10 times what you are doing. So whether I can do it better, whether I can do it more better, then you come out with a real thing where people will be able to understand it properly. You may have to use the techniques. Latest techniques are available. If it is required, you may have to make a PPT, or you may have to make a video, or you may have to make a format, or you may have to use anything which is required to communicate effectively to the audience. Audience means it is everything again. Audience, I am not talking about the classroom audience. It is the audience means anybody who is in front of you listening to you. He is an audience. So your technique which you are going to use to communicate him, so that your communication should be perfect. Whether we get a negative answer or a positive answer, that is a different thing when you communicate. But your technique should be, he should be able to understand you 100%, so that we can get a better results. Then second thing is, you need expertise. What kind of expertise is required? You need a better exercise on communication. You need a better communication expertise in, if it is required, in English language. If you are poor in English language, please go for learning the English language. If you are poor in Marathi language, yes, mingle with others, try to learn Marathi language. If you are poor in Hindi language, try to learn it, because it is the present situation, in this do or die situation, where everybody is trying to prove themselves better and better and better. We should be able to learn the languages. More the languages you learn, it is beneficial for you only. If you are learning more languages, you should be able to utilize those expertise everywhere. One of my friend is there who is knowing around 9 languages. He speaks 9 languages. He is an expert. So he communicates everything in their language, so they become immediately nearer and dearer to them, where the personal language will help them to acquire or get the things done. So the language is one of the most beneficial thing, you can say the best skill which you can learn and proceed. Then if you are addressing an audience, you can say in a group, first you are supposed to understand the audience, whether it is a workman, whether it is a staff, whether it is a supervisor. What is the audience? If you understand the audience, then it will become very much easier to communicate whatever you wanted to tell them, or whatever you wanted to convince them. And there is also level of audience. The level is medium level, high level, and the lower level. All these 3 levels you will be able to judge and talk. So it is improvement for you only. You will be able to deliver the same thing to all three levels, for the top level, for the middle management level, and for the workman level. The same thing you will be able to convince to all the organs. Then second thing is, you are supposed to involve people. How you are going to involve people? You are supposed to involve the people by involving them. If you are conducting a training program, put them in a small exercise so that everybody will get involved. If you are conducting a quality circle meeting, involve them in data collection. If you are